When we originally built this, we have the lifestyle cafe that we built, but we wanted to have a restaurant.
The brief for the kitchen and bar was, there will be stuff coming. And then construction started.
You know, we've got the entertainment, we've got the food, the atmosphere.
They're excited about everything we got going on here.
So I'm Steve Wilson. I'm one of the owners here at Stoked Kitchen Bar.
I'm just excited for everyone to check it out, honestly. Like, look at this place.
So then we're gonna catch that smoke in there.
Sweet, bold, full-bodied.
It's pretty neat to just see it going nowhere but up.
I want to see us in the top 100 restaurants of Canada. Like, the food is that good.
You won't see anything like it anywhere else in the city.
I surprised myself. Like, it's really come together well.
Happy birthday!
It's meant to make a mess. That's a sign of a great burger.
Excelente.
So yeah, grew up, you know, my dad he worked at the post office as a postal carrier, and then he, you know, everybody said don't do this, and he bought out this place that was all run down on the west side and falling apart. And I was talking to my mom the other day, and she said she remembered walking in there and she started crying because she's like, what did you do? So Wilsons started, our family has Highway Greenhouse down on 11th Street. Kind of got the construction bug from him, so he's always building and creating and, you know, did stuff with nothing, and then we just took this to the next level. And at that time, my brother and I asked my dad if he wanted to sell out or retire, and he said he wasn't ready to. So I think his exact words were, "Go to hells." So 2000, we started the original Wilsons, and then we opened in 2001.
My husband and his brother have always operated some businesses together, and I got involved with that, and I was always kind of behind the scenes. I do the majority of the buying for the store, and we spent a lot of time trying to make sure we had the best products here in the store. So we traveled to Europe and other places.
And then it just kind of expanded from there. Then a couple of years later, we put in a go-kart track, and then we put in a outdoor bouncy house area, and just we wanted something that the whole family could come and do. And when the city kind of expanded around us, we made a deal that we kept a portion of land here, and we built the new Wilsons Lifestyle Center. And at that time, this was always part of it, to do the kitchen and bar and stuff, but it was just, Saskatoon wasn't big enough quite yet, and you know, the area wasn't built out. We were the first kind of anchor of the shop, the Brighton Marketplace shopping mall here. And
the Stoked Kitchen Bar started well over 10 years ago. It was mostly my husband, Colin, and Steve, always dreaming. We were always talking about what Saskatoon needed or what we were lacking, and we always planned to open Wilsons Lifestyle Center, and entertainment was always a big part of that. Trying to get people to come to a destination where they would spend a day.
In the UK, you go through with a tray service and you get filet mignon, you get all this really nice stuff, but the architect that we used was from the UK, and he said, that's what you need to do this. And we're like, this will not work in Saskatoon. You need to have table service and all that stuff.
Well, the Stoked Kitchen and Bar came about roughly spring of 2021, as far as when we knew there'd be something coming. And then that vague date became very, very real about end of summer. Once that was locked in, then it was basically September until December going hard on every aspect of it. So hilariously, the brief for the kitchen and bar was, there will be stuff coming. And then construction started.
Yeah, this came together really well.
Yeah, no, it's great. Well, railings are coming in next week.
Okay.
We're gonna frame up all the walls and stuff here today. So we hopefully, end of the day, we have all the walls framed up. So
And that's fully cured now, hey?
fully cured, yeah. So we're ready to start construction underneath and setting up all the kitchens. So that'll be really good. Well, we have the main screen, which is it's 18 by 25 feet, and then we have 4 down each side of 16 inch. Then across the bottom, We wanted it across the bottom as well, because if it's like a movie theater, you don't want to be too close.
Right.
If you're sitting at the bar area. These walls, yeah, everything underneath, this is where the kitchen and dining room area is. This will be built, that'll be built today, the walls go up really quick. Drywall will happen tomorrow and taping, so by the end of the week, this should be done.
So when I came on board, there was a plan in place for the whole space. Kind of roughly this is where things are going. Not much kitchen equipment ordered yet, which was really nice. So I had that opportunity. Then I spoke to them in the early days and said, what about a wine room, like a chef's table tasting room? Very small, like 8 people, and they loved the idea. So
My favorite space, I think, is going to be the chef's table.
it's like one of my pieces that really excites me because it's very unique, very special. It's going to be beautifully designed. There's going to be brickwork. There's going to be a glass wall with wine bottles in.
That's my passion for food, and I'm so excited about that whole idea behind that. Bringing your favorite people to that room to have a nice evening and have great quality food.
So people can kind of peek in, but not be in, and then there's going to be some glass that looks onto the kitchen. So the guests at that table can see what I'm doing. So
Yeah, there's some frustrating elements. You know, we had issues with the elevator. They didn't allow to move the water line. We had to move a sprinkler line. Last minute, we had to have somebody come in, move that so they can get around that, modify the elevator shaft. Delays in getting our kitchen equipment. I think we've got it all en route now. But
yeah, a lot of it's coming out of Montreal, so it has to go through Winnipeg where our supplier is, and then the deadline to get open. And with the amount of work still to be done is pretty intense right now. There's coolers still to finish.
we had to move a water line, so we'll have to cut the concrete, move a water line over there. The plumbers will be working on that. It's not a regular mechanical guy that can come and change water lines. So stuff. And then we had kind of COVID went through the electricians, and then it went through some of the plumbers.
Every day there's something else thrown at
to
you.
find a workaround and a challenge. So yeah, it's kept me occupied. So. We just found out our circuit breakers. I said, where's the power for a bunch of stuff? And just been told it'll be another 6 weeks to get it. So we're a little frustrated. Well, we're a lot frustrated with that, and we're hoping to be open by Christmas time. So I know our bar taps, they were supposed to be trucked out this week from Vancouver. We're probably going to end up flying them out unless they get roads open.
You just can't truck stuff out here, so then Steve's got to make the choice. Is he going to put all this stuff on a plane and to get it here in time?
3 weeks and they're almost complete putting the bowling alley together, so we're pretty excited. If we can get the rest of the restaurant put together in that same timeline, we'll be open by Christmas, so this will be really exciting.
I'm Ryan Howe. I do graphic design, web design, pretty much anything visual in the store I do. The brief for the brand actually didn't really exist. A lot of it was done on the fly. So we knew that we had the existing Stoked Setter graphics. We knew roughly the kitchen and bar would be more of an upscale kind of casual fine dining experience. So from there, we just started kind of playing with different concepts and different directions for it and discovering what the brief might be. We started with the logo and the menu, and from that, we kind of discovered a direction that everything else would take. And even today, we're still discovering where that brand is going to settle on. The design process is generally Steve will come in and say that we're going to need these items, we're going to need them by this point. I'd kind of like them like this, or do your best. So we came up with probably a dozen to 16 different menu designs, ran them by Anthony, ran them by Steve, refined them until we developed the one we ended up with. Anthony's working out the menu even now. We're looking forward to it because one, we'll know what the dishes are, but also we get to do the photography and the video, which is the really, really fun part of all this stuff. So
Honestly, yeah, those guys are so techie, and what they brought to the table, I'm so excited that they're here for all of the social media because I'm not that techie.
A lot of items are already on the menu. The graphic designer's got those in place, so he's putting in time and effort too to try and make a great layout.
So with the menu design, we wanted to make sure it was simple and essentially disposable. With COVID and just for brevity's sake, we wanted it to be easy to update, and it basically had to fit on a front and back of a sheet, and that's it.
We can tweak it a bit here and there, but I don't want to have to redo the whole thing, so I'm trusting my guts and dishes I've created that they're going to work. And
yeah, I expect changes. I look forward to changes as we refine things.
So the menu here looks like it's just about finalized.
Super close. We've actually got a few dishes set up that we can do some initial test photography with, as well as some layouts and maybe some ads with it, so it's really exciting that way. It's looking like it'll be roughly the same amount of items as well, so that's nice.
This is a mood board, and it kind of gives you the vibe of the space that we were trying to create. You can see that lighting in this whole space is really playing an important role. It's kind of dark and moody, which we really like. Most bowling alleys aren't like this. Like it kind of has a fancy high-end feel.
My sister-in-law, Lindsay Wilson, she's a great interior decorator person. So I just learned a long time ago, you want to make sure that everybody's on the same page with the design. And you know, she's one of the ones who's like, why are we painting the walls? And I'm like, good point. Why are we painting the walls when we have this beautiful natural brick?
Where are things at?
Pretty good. We got so the deck's going in. We'll have this built today, and then we're a couple days. We got all the furniture and the booths coming in.
And then when are we getting the bar chairs and all of that?
Last week of December. So I told them we're okay on that because we're a bit behind because of just delays with.
So it sounds like those guys are now working on Steve time.
No, they're actually they're on their time. So my time would be to be here at the end of the week.
It's been difficult too because we went from concept plans and architect drawings and seeing them on paper and dreaming and thinking, is this what I want? Is this the look that I'm after? Maybe we were wrong here. Maybe this doesn't work. Maybe we should switch. We're so lucky to have that opportunity where we can walk through the space and change it on the fly versus walking into the space, it's completely done for you and you have to live with it and you just have to work around what you don't like about the space. We've changed things every day. We've made changes from the very first day to still now. We're still dreaming up something and changing things. We do it all the time. I love how the countertop turned out. It's awesome.
Yeah, it looks like a concrete board, but it's a solid surface.
I'm not crazy about the tile we had to switch to with the countertop. It's nice, but I like the other tile better.
Yeah, because this is more of a solid color than the other one,
this is very shiny and new and modern. And
there's equipment still to put together. There's equipment to turn on and test. There's everything. We're still building shelves. There's plugs going in walls around us. There's panels going up there. It's just this constant movement of so many things. Yeah, I get the contractors have to do their thing, but we've got to do our thing too. So trying to work in harmony and to achieve it it's been really tough right now.
Yeah, we thought we'd be open for the 18th for Christmas, which would have been fantastic, but it's just, you know, we've just had supply chain issues trying to get the equipment got delivered late, the mechanical guys just let us down, and they're not even half done.
When are we getting all these screens set up? Like, we've got to start getting the bar ready and seeing if the heights that we planned out are going to work.
So these are all going in this week.
Yeah, I'm so disappointed with some of this, the way some of this has gone. We had such a vision and chose so many nice things. We were going with such a nice modern vintage look, and every single day we're having to, something's not available and we're changing it out.
Yeah, it's just supply issue, whether it's millwork, electrical. They're back ordered 3 months, so we had to go all over Canada to find enough circuit breakers. And the arcade, I don't think we're gonna get that stuff till February now. So
they said we'd have them in January.
Yeah, no, it's March.
First it was October, then it was December, now it's March. So what are we gonna do up here?
Oh, my biggest challenge right now is just seeing pieces of equipment in place. I think I've measured everything right, but they're just not in place, so I can't see what it is right now, so it's frustrating to not know.
We're just coming up on our original opening date, and we have a long ways to go.
Yeah, we have 8 days to the original opening date, including weekends. So
and we're running into Christmas and New Year's. We were planning on having a big New Year's Eve party. We can't move it back again. We're gonna lose employees.
Yeah, so we got the big screen put in above the bar, so it'll be the biggest 4K TV in Canada is what they told us when they're installing it. And it was pretty cool to watch. Like you know, they put these little panels in and they put in 244 panels, and now we've got this big 37-foot TV screen.
It was made known to me that they were looking for someone for this project, and that chef told me about it. Gave Steve a call, and
finding Anthony was, you know, that was huge. You know, you have to have somebody with like that kind of talent to bring it to the next level that we wanted.
When I met with the Wilsons, they know my cuisine, and they had suggested they want this high-end casual style concept, which fits perfectly with me.
But, you know, we've always said you've got one chance to make a good impression in a restaurant. If you don't, you might get a second chance, but you don't get a third chance.
I do like doing fine dining things, where we have the chef's table to really enhance that. But generally speaking, I want the food to be really approachable to all. A nice varied menu, some different styles, different ethnic dishes throughout the menu. I was looking to appeal to all, young and old, and everything in between.
Yeah, so Lindsay and I are going to do some pre-tasting to see how the chef, if they can cook as good as everybody says they can.
Well, we've got this makeshift kitchen here today. We're trying some dishes we haven't tried. Well, somewhat tried, but nervous about what we're gonna put out. So we are standing here in the Wilsons greenhouse because we don't have a kitchen built yet. So we're just gonna kind of work on some dishes today.
Yep.
Justin O'Reilly has come on board as one of the sous chefs for the restaurant, so very excited to have him in. Known of his food, I've eaten at his restaurant, so I know he's a very talented chef and brings great flavors. So when I saw his resume come across my desk, I was very excited.
He's probably one of the better vegetarian chefs in Western Canada for sure.
So we've got a very same food philosophy, though I mentioned about maybe some of the vegetarian styling he has. He still brings a lot of flavor to everything he does, which is what food's all about, and he understands it through everything.
What do we got going on today?
So this one I'm going to start with a shrimp orzo. Shallots, again, we're improvising, so I have some red onion, but we'll pretend those were shallots that went in the pan.
I'm gonna de-stem some of this because chef didn't do that.
Well, we need it for camera, so. As if the owner's going to be trying the dish, I hope they like it, because otherwise we go back to the drawing board. A little bit of garlic, this is raw garlic. Often I would do confit, like just a big vat of confit garlic. Look at that, some red peppers.
These are roasted red peppers? Or?
That is correct, roasted red peppers. The orzo, which is kind of 80% cooked, passes to that just under al dente. So spinach, brighten it up a bit. Salt and pepper, of course. Cream in there. That's pretty much it. I'll throw a little bit of parm in there and then put some of this in the dish. With which ones? A bit of chiffonade and a bit of parmesan, and then we've got our shrimp orzo with roasted red peppers and spinach.
So these are both risotto. This one has shrimp.
Yep.
And that has your favorite.
I love pasta, so this makes me happy just looking at it. It is so colorful and beautiful.
The presentation looks great.
And tofu, I don't get tofu too often. You have to try my tofu. Wow, that's nice.
Wow.
I'm doing a karaage jackfruit salad. So karaage essentially is chicken that's been marinated in soy and sake. But my take on it is using jackfruit, and I'm just gonna put together a really nice salad with that. So that's been marinated for 24 hours and then breaded and then fried with wonderful flavors. So first thing, I'm gonna take our beautiful Canadian lettuce. What I have in my hand is a toasted kombu oil. So kombu is seaweed. And this toasting it gives it a really nice umami and a really nice, beautiful kind of flavor to just dress the salad with. And then next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our garlic scapes. So garlic scapes is the shoot of the garlic. I pickled it, and we're gonna use it into the dish.
And they have so many uses, these garlic scapes.
So many uses, so bright, so flavored. You can just saute them up in a pan. You can do anything. So.
Yeah.
Cucumbers, just randomly toss it all around. Peppers, red peppers from Floating Gardens here in Saskatoon. And then we're gonna take the karaage jackfruit. This is, kind of my take on a winter salad, so it's nice, warm, lots of textures. For radishes, I made a hot sauce last night just from Fresno peppers, and then this is a plant mayo, so that's just gonna drizzle on top. What I put on this salad, it's about 2 to 3 grams of protein from jackfruit. So
that's amazing, yeah. Looks delicious. I would eat that.
I'm excited about that. I've been a vegetarian since I was grade 3. And
but we got ribs, so we're gonna bring you over to the dark side today.
No way. It smells amazing. It looks so good. Looks great.
So I've never had jackfruit, but That's surprisingly good.
What a neat texture. I actually think this would be a great main dish because really it would be very filling. It's
Like really good.
I would
eat.
you
I would
would eat
order
it?
this. Yeah, I would order
So
this.
that's going to go on the menu.
Now, this is the start of a bento box. I mentioned this idea to you. I think it's going to be a great appetizer in the restaurant. You know, that classic bento, the lunchbox style, but do it as an appetizer. Real fun to get this little treat box come to you. Right now I've got some pork short rib that I braised this morning. And all that liquid is what became the sauce. And then we're going to add the sauce that's been nicely refined. So this is going to be one of 4 or 5 components that's going to end up in that box. Like I say, it's a little ways to go, but in my mind, as you know how it works as a chef, you start conceiving these things and you want to make it work. So that would be it really. They would have been, you know, out of the fryer, so they'd be crispy and hot, and then
Kimchi.
I think that would be a good base on there. Yeah, I kind of thought kimchi just because it has that little bit of spicy bite to it. Green onion sesame. There we go. That's my take on a Korean style braised pork rib.
Well, it smells amazing. So these are the ribs with the Korean barbecue sauce and kimchi. Holy, fall off the bone. Wow.
Wow.
That's on the menu. Yeah, so we just did the tasting and everything's going on the menu that we tried. Like, amazing. I think our bento box is probably going to be one of the most exciting things. Even the ribs, like the non-vegetarian stuff, like it's going to be really, really exciting. We thought, oh, it's going to be good, but we kind of forgot about how many kids we're going to have. So then we added that in kind of on the fly. So we got, you know, a great kids menu at a good price point.
As much as I can, I have local on there. Fruit. I have some great fruit growers using local chicken, local fish. My good friend John Fonos from up north there, the guy who catches it, fillets it and delivers it to my door. I've created a relationship over the years of living here in Saskatoon. So this burger right here is one of the owner's favorites. Colin, he is a burger aficionado, tells me it's one of the best burgers he's ever had, and it seems like daily he's eating this burger, so that's a great thing. It is organic beef with simply salt and pepper, so when you find amazing, great products, they don't need a lot of extra goodness, just treated with some love. So this cactus beef is from Cactus Lake here in Saskatchewan. It's topped with an Avonlea cheddar, which is all the way from Prince Edward Island. And to me, Canadian food is local. When I find great products from great places, I bring them into my dishes. I buy the whole wheels, 10 kg wheel, cloth-bound aged cheddar, stunning. And then it's topped with our own tomato chutney, or tomato relish. In the peak of the season, the tomatoes, and make our own relishes and chutneys and sauces and things like that. Oozy goodness. It's meant to make a mess. That's a sign of a great burger.
We open Friday, and that's why you do it with friends and family. Saturday, 180-degree turn. So the restaurant, the POS system, we got 95% of the bugs out of that.
It's been a whirlwind this last couple of weeks getting to where we're at. It did seem insurmountable to get to that point. I'm probably a bit fuzzy still with realizing what's just happened.
My name is Lindsay Ogresco. I am the general manager here at Stoked Kitchen Bar. So I actually started in this industry when I was literally 15 years old. I moved to Vancouver for 2 years.
Lindsay Ogresco, our general manager, she's fantastic, and she's come a long way. She's had some great training over the years, working for other companies, corporate companies, where they have some really great training procedures in place.
I saw Steve's vision and his dream, and I just wanted to add to it, honestly. Like, I wanted to make sure that we had a very good liquor selection, so we have over 150 bottles of hard liquor. I wanted to make sure that we had a lot of tap options. We're all about supporting local here at Stoked Kitchen and Bar, so we're supporting 9 Mile, we're going through and supporting Nokomis. We're also supporting Churchill, Lucky Bastard, Stumbletown.
I didn't know we had that many suppliers for beers. We have Crossmount ciders that we have in, which is Saskatoon based.
It's definitely going to bring in different types of age groups. It's going to bring in kids, it's going to bring families, it's going to bring in adults. We're going to have, like, obviously late night options as well, and I think that's honestly what's going to add to Saskatoon. No one else has this, right?
Getting the bowling alley put together, just seeing it work, and with the lighting, that was really unique. the people that installed it from Brunswick. This is the first in Canada that has the where the lanes are interactive. So the VIP came about when we went down to Lucky Strike. Then they had another area with 4 bowling lanes. It was kind of an elevated thing. So if you want to do a corporate event or whatever, that's...
And the lighting that we've planned in that space is also just creates a beautiful atmosphere.
We did all 10-pin lanes. They said one of the things you'll find with 10-pin, it's a food and beverage game. So people like to kind of hang out.
I do love bowling as well, but that's on my off time. The restaurant's probably my favorite area, to be honest. It's my baby.
We're all up and running. Everything's going super smooth. The other menu at the bowling alley is working fantastic.
The chef's table room, I want people to feel like they're almost coming to my house. I like that hospitality piece. I love entertaining people, and I love people just feeling really welcome. All right, so we got an 8 top coming in. It's a special birthday. 2 of them are definitely vegetarian, so we're gonna work a menu around.
I've been thinking about scallops a lot lately. So our vegan version scallops are king oyster mushrooms.
Okay.
So I call them woodland scallops. Do like a juniper beurre blanc sauce. People will be kind of blown away by they think it's an actual scallop from the sea.
A lot of recipes for a chef's table type room are just up here.
What are you thinking for dessert?
Well, it is a birthday, so I like the birthday cake thing, but doing an individual, I mean, we've got a great pastry chef here, so we may as well play to our strengths. But,
taking a king oyster mushroom from this to this beautiful plate, you'll see the kind of where I went with it. So the tenderness part is starting from the top. All you do is chop it down, and then as you can see, I've scored it with a knife. So what I've done with these king oysters, I've prepared them kind of you would scallops, so I've scored them down, and now I'm just getting a good sear on them. So that's kind of where we want to be with that. And I'm just going to hit it with a little bit of oat cream. Sometimes scallops have that like little bit of creaminess when they get cooked in the pan, so this is going to add that creaminess. Yeah, I made a little bit of like a quinoa risotto because this is a tiny little dish. And then I'm going to place our little forest scallop in there. And this is an orange beurre blanc, but a vegan version that cooked down with a little bit of juniper to give it a little bit of earthiness. And then I added a shot of Black Fox gin, which is a local distillery in town. And then I want a little bit of heat in there. And then I'm just gonna randomly place it. A couple of the micros. I like the more spicier, radishier ones. I like garnishing with flowers, so I have pressed preserved flowers from our garden, bachelor button, and then leaves of the violet. And then what I have here is a smoking gun, so I'm going to add that hickory, that woodland kind of apple wood chips, and then I also have some rosemary. So then we're going to catch that smoke in there. You can already smell it, super flavorful.
When I heard Justin was actually starting here with Stoked Kitchen Bar, I was actually really excited. No one else is really doing that here in Saskatoon, and I think it's amazing.
Hey Linz, so Justin and I met earlier. I don't know if you saw the menu I sent through to you. One of the wines I was having trouble with was the main course.
Yeah, so I thought that the Edzoni would be a good choice with that because it's nice and sweet, bold, full-bodied with blackberry, vanilla, and wild spice.
That sounds perfect. So we better try it, hey?
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's very good. That will pair very well. So the chef's table room is a great, like say, playground, experimental room for me. We want to wow them, and by working with another chef on menus like that, we can really play to our strengths and create an amazing experience.
So Tyler, we're going to be having a group come into Chef's Table this
yeah,
evening.
I heard about that. I thought I would make a smoked old fashioned. Nice and unique here. Not a lot of places do that.
It's delicious.
Happy birthday! Thank you.
And it's smoked with rosemary and applewood, so you'll get that aroma once you open it. Screw that together.
Good job. Like, no planning or thought behind that. Like, I would make it would taste like
So, this is roast beef soup.
the garden.
Essentially, it's just our play on borscht, but it's pureed, so it's just like beets, stock, a little bit of orange juice, some vinegar, and then just finished with almond meal cream and puffed wild rice. Enjoy.
Thank you.
I got the wine. Nice Italian rosé. This 11 minutes. Gonna go really well with the soup, I think.
Beautiful. You really get that. You get that citrus too.
So you guys are going to be having the zucchini tagliatelle. This is going to pair really, really well.
Oh, do I get to do the thing?
Another one of Justin's. So zucchini tagliatelle, and that's really just making the ribbons of tagliatelle with fresh zucchini. There's a no-nut option that people might be fighting you for, a nice sack of torte. I went through the liquor ale, and this Saskatoon berry liqueur actually, I think, works superbly with it. So I had like half a key lime pie, a whole bunch of booze. So yeah, really fun little pairing, I think. Like the sweetness against the acidity of the key lime pie, which is actually made with avocado and coconut milk with a a pecan date crust on the bottom.
This is chocolate still in it.
I see Stoked Kitchen Bar as a real great anchor, especially in this area, but I do see the city coming to it. We're out here in Brighton, a new neighborhood that's just booming. It's going crazy.
And I'm really excited that, you know, we're able to offer like a huge wide variety of food options for families as well. So,
but it seems that a younger demographic is in this area. We've also got Willow Grove and Erindale right by here, so a lot of people can come. It is the only place of its kind in Western Canada for sure. So to have a place like this in Saskatoon, it's pretty neat. I just see it going nowhere but up.
it's gonna go nuts, honestly. Like, even just with the first couple days, seeing the amount of sales coming into this place, it's huge. No one else is doing this here in Saskatchewan. I've seen it in Vancouver, and I'm so excited to bring this type of atmosphere to Saskatoon. I'm just excited for everyone to check it out, honestly. Like, look at this place.
You won't see anything like it anywhere else in the city.
Short term, I want to see us in the top 100 restaurants of Canada. The food is that good. I want us to be in the top 5 to 10 for Saskatoon for sure.
If you have program ideas that you'd like to see on maxTV Local On Demand, write us at max.local@sasktel.com.